Good day, everyone. Today I have a book here called Tete Tete Confabulations of Success, and which is written by Mr. Takudzwa, who is over here. And how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes. Tete à tête Confabulations of Success.
Tete à Tete.
Yes.
No, I know it's it's French, eh?
French.
But it means to speak to someone, personal thing.
Close by. Yes. So yeah, that's what it means. Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you tell us about yourself?
But I thought you were gonna say the book, but okay.
I
About
have to know
myself,
about you.
yeah, first, right? Myself, I'm just. My name is Takudzwa Mathabire. I'm a student leader. What else have I done? I'm also on radio. I have a show called Ambition Amplifier. What I'm trying to do and what we have been doing on that show is to bring people who are movers and shakers in our communities, people who are doing the most in the communities, people who are, I'm talking about people who are established and people who are just starting out there. So it's that show that inspires you to do more in communities. And also you've started to touch a part of to do with diplomacy. So in the previous episodes, you see that we have been talking mostly with ambassadors from different embassies in Botswana, trying to see what they are doing with their missions, trying to track down on what they are doing. Because also, I understand the youth also want to be into diplomatic spaces, but usually that you don't find such information unless if you visit the websites, of which sometimes found packaged in a way that is that will need you to really dig deeper into websites and stuff. So through interacting with them, having interviews like how I'm interacting with you, we have been able to unpack what is happening in diplomacy and also get people to be inspired. So that's what Ambition Amplifier is all about. So when I'm speaking about myself, I'm so proud of what that show is, have managed to do. We have seen recently, I interviewed one of my friends who's an agripreneur. She's making tea from local herbs. This other plant called the Resurrection Plant, a wonderful tea. And when she came to my show, after that show, she managed to connect with one of the ambassador of Ukraine, actually. And she, number one, she managed to get the product out there and to get even some sales from that. So when you see now we have that such a platform where people can come, meet and network. So I'm so happy about that. And whenever now I speak about myself, I think it's worthwhile to talk about that. But there's a lot more about me. This book, and it's one of my products that I've created. So someone was asking me recently how I got to write the book, but maybe if I start to explain that, it's part of your questions. So let me stop here.
So let's talk where you started. Why did you write the book? And where you started from?
Like what I was saying, you see, if I continue to talk, I would have answered those questions. Yes, but yes, about the book. Someone asked me recently why I wrote, how I came out to write this book, but it's all about after learning and learning. So that's me. I'm all about self improvement, continuous improvement. I want to learn new stuff. For the past 4 years in the university, studying for my course, studying BBA in logistics and supply chain management. That's a lot of information. Plus the seminars that I attend, the programs that I'm into, right? It's a lot, bro. So when you have such a lot of things happening around you, you will need to offload somewhere. So I thought that this is the right time for me to write about books. And probably you'd want to know why then I wrote a communication networking book is because I saw that most people now were asking me about how I network sometimes when I post on LinkedIn and the things that I do. Because, like I said, I'm always continuously doing something. So, some people were inspired by that. And when I saw that I'm receiving similar questions, I thought, okay, it's high time. I think that's my topic that I can write about: communication and networking, and also being actively on radio. I also started to speak about even the knowledge, yes, from the conversations I have, yes.
Okay. So, in your book, you talked about conversations you had as a child and how it you as a kid.
Oh yeah,
And
yes,
you put that experience in here,
yes.
like the vendor, the ice cream one.
The ice cream and thing. An interesting story. You know, when it's happening when I was young, I never thought that it could be a story that I was just being me genuinely, right? But as I grew up, when I revisited the story, I saw that okay, I was manifesting who I was gonna be at a young age. So in that chapter, it became more like parental advice to say, listen to your kids, no matter how sometimes even the ideas may be crazy. You know, kids may manifest in a crazy way. You may see them wanting to dance every time, but you see the parents will be like, this one, maybe they think the child is not serious, doesn't like school because they want to force you into something. So it's always good, even before you impose or impact anything on your child, to also have open conversations with your kids to understand what they will tell you who they are. Before you tell them you are a doctor, you say, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. Hear from them. So my mom, I'm so happy. It's a blessing that she managed to ask me that question when I was young. One of the days to say, but what do you want to be when you grow up? Before she put a lot of information into my head. And then I had to answer her, telling her about the things that, according to what I was perceiving, which was I saw a vendor like what you're saying, you know, those people who do vending for ice creams, we call them ice cream men. So they were selling ice creams. And for me, when I was seeing that guy, I saw a lot of ice cream. I'm a kid, I'm seeing a lot of ice cream, I'm seeing a lot of money. I'm seeing him, obviously, he's dishing smiles, you know, they are selling to kids. It seems like everything is okay. So I was like, okay, this man has everything. These kids, they're eating a lot of ice cream. You know, you're a kid, you're imagining all the ice cream, the cash and everything, you see. But this thing now, as I grew up, now I'm interested in business, you see. I'm interested in entrepreneurship. That's when you see that, okay, so maybe that's what I was talking about. That's what I was trying to communicate when I was young. That me, I'm an entrepreneur.
One of my favorite lines of the book when I was reading
Yes.
was the line for positive affirmation.
Affirmations. Ooh, those ones, positive affirmations. You know, positive affirmations are good, bro. Telling yourself that you are the champ, telling yourself that I'm the best, telling yourself that no matter what I'll get it. Those things are very, very important because you know what? Even if you don't tell yourself those things, let's say when you wake up in the morning, the world is already ready for you. Not the day you are waking up. Some people have already maybe even said a lot of things way back to say that like yes, like right negativity. Like right now, you hear that there's a lot of unemployment. The youth of today, the Gen Z, this. So especially imagine if you're a Gen Z right now. If you don't take time sometimes to speak positive, there's a lot. You know what they're saying. A lot of things that they say about Gen Z, about our generation, about the youth, about you see. So if you don't take time to at least say something positive, you're already defeated somehow. That's how you see sometimes you get into stresses. That's why you see there's a lot of those things, suicides and stuff, and you wonder where it's coming from. It's because there's a lot of negativity around us. So if you don't put some positive into it, it's not going to neutralize. So positive affirmations are very, very important. And there are so many studies that are there to prove that. I once heard this, yes, I once heard the story of, was it a fruit or was it some food? Someone like cursed. Let's say there's a plate of, I think that was the story, a plate of white rice here, food, right? And the place of white rice here. And the other one was cursed. Like they started to speak negative. It was the first to rot. You get. So even so, positivity is needed. So positive affirmations are very, very important.
Any affirmations, like positive affirmations that you do every day?
And myself, okay, it's not really, I don't have like the ones, specific ones that I repeat, but yes, I'm always in that mode every day. Sometimes I'm even looking at myself in the mirror and I'm telling myself, you are the guy, go and do it. Uh, yes, that kind of thing. Actually, I think I shared a story in the that when I was at school. Also, my mom told me that thing. She told me that you are going to take number one in class. So so I would always get that in the way.
Whenever I would see that I'm falling short of that, disappointed. So imagine now, because I was told. Okay. So if others even wondered why it would happen that way, it's me from before I even went to school, she would always tell me that there's that thing, there are positions. So even the first day at school, I knew that I'm in this class, there are positions at the end that shall happen, and I am.
You were number one.
So you see the importance of that.
You also touch on spirituality and divine in your communication in the book. So can you explain what that means for you?
Yeah, sometimes, with spirituality, I've seen people trying to avoid talking about that or saying that they don't believe in anything, whether Christian or what. I think in the book I also try to be wide. Although I'm a Christian, try to be wide to accept what others believe. But ultimately, no matter what you believe in, right? You will see that there's the spiritual side of that thing. There's spiritual thing involved. There's always the superior world that is invisible. Some will say that there's God, but we pray through Jesus, which is us, the Christians, right? But there are others who say that we believe in Buddha, but it's still what? It's spiritual. Even if you choose not to believe, bro, there's that spiritual thing into. There's always that physical world which you cannot control. There's the physical world which you cannot control. Which controls the things that are in existence, which somehow every time it seems to have a certain control to things that happen here. Think about your dreams and your visions. When you are when you are dreaming, what is that? Sometimes you feel like you've come back, you've visited a certain place. Like when you are dreaming, when I shake to wake you up, I feel like like it's like you are back. Where will you be? Or even the visions. What's that?
How do you see your communication changing in the next 5 or 10 years?
Communication.
Yeah.
Yes, man, things are changing right now. As you see right now, we are so used to the gadgets, more of the gadgets. We can go out right now with you and everybody, a group of friends, and we'll be so comfortable to be together, but each and every one is on their own phone. We won't be even talking together compared to the past where when we are going out, it's all about interacting. I've been to places, you're interacting like this, talking like how we are doing right now. But right now, you go to places, you hear people saying that it was fun, but everyone will be. You go to a party, right? Everyone is busy taking content, or photos and stuff. There was no time where people were off the gadgets. So that's the new fun, that's the new communication. There's now AI, bro. There's now AI. Sometimes you can send an email with AI, and AI also, the other guy uses AI to reply. So we are not there. So if you're not careful, if we don't think about it and talk about like what we are doing, we may see that there's this shift that is happening, and it will affect us in a great way. So sometimes that's why it's necessary to leave these gadgets and say, guys, we are going out, let's go out maybe to the gym, let's go somewhere, let's go swimming, and then we leave the gadgets. It will help us. Yeah.
So, do you have any other plans for another book?
Yeah, more books are to come, more books. As long as we learn, bro, there's supposed to be a lot of books. I want to write one on supply chain, which is what I was studying, and I'm still studying about. There's more. There's a book, one funny thing about books. I once wrote books, and then sometimes I'll just feel like, I'll get bored. I remember even banning a whole book back then. But now, so I'll revisit the thoughts that I have, because I had another one which was speaking on criticism. And now if I'll start to unpack what will come, but there's a lot of.
You can if you want.
But I think I'll touch a bit on it. The art of. I wrote about how good criticism is to us. Criticism is a necessary ingredient. You see people opposing most of the time say they don't want criticism, but it's so good. It shapes us. If you're not criticized, bro, you never improve. So I wrote a lot of things back then. So I'll revisit those things about how criticism can help you.
Like calling someone.
Eh?
Like body shaming.
And no, not body shaming, but that criticism of if you criticize me right now, you say this book should have not been this color. Do you know that? If you start to criticize, if I'm just someone who's like but if I take it, right, maybe it will help me to get a color for my next book. Someone may say that even your level of what you're saying, body shaming, is some part of criticism that if you take it in a positive way, it can help you. Because someone can call you another name or can say something about your body. Then if you take it to the positive, even if you know that this person tried to pull me down, but if you take that part to say, but he's calling me this, if maybe I need to change that and then build myself into something better. You get it? But there are some things now which I cannot change. If you are told, then you call me a giraffe, bro, I cannot change that. But if these things that we can change, yeah, that criticism can help you a lot. If you're a fast talker, then people call you something, or if
you speak loud.
Yeah, and then if that speech can be exercised more and more and more, right? That's good. It's good criticism. Or if you're in class and then people call you some type of names because you are not doing your work well or stuff, something that you can improve. So that criticism is actually necessary. People don't have that, they fail.
So what is the end goal in your life?
Again, like the one that I was asked when I was young, I'm saying it's now coming when I'm a bit older again. What do you want to be? So now because I'm older, you see, I'm more informed. You see that what I'll talk about is a good plan that people really love about, seems to be certain, but also it will have fears on it as well. Do you know that as you are more educated, more informed, also fear comes with information. That's why the kids can think widely, unlike us. So you see that right now, if you ask me what I want to be, I have a lot of fears. There'll be fear underlining what I will talk about. There will also be it will also be a very structured plan, but all I can say about what I want to be is I want the best out of myself to come out, to manifest my talents. All my talents should find space. I want to make sure that before I leave this earth, everything out inside me should have come out and be shared. And whatever little light that I have should be spread and amplified more to others. So if I can achieve that in whatever way, if I can do business and I can express myself that way, let it be. If it's one of my talents that I will use, if it's these books, let it be. Yeah.
So do you have any last minute thoughts for the viewers?
Yeah, I'll leave the same message that was left to me on my last show last Wednesday with the EU ambassador to Botswana. She said that you are young and know that you are the person, you are the guy, you are the girl that everybody is waiting for to shine. So go out there and be yourself. Go out there and let what is inside of you come out. There's nothing, man. There's no excuse for whatever that you are going to be to come out. Whether you say you are someone who lives with a disability, it's a disability in what? In a certain area, maybe. But so which means everybody has their own disability, even those who say we are living without a disability. They have their own disability if we are to analyze them, maybe from inside. So that should never be a way to stop you from becoming who you want to be. There's no excuse. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. I'm poor. What does money do?
There is no excuse.
I'm in Africa.
Nah.
You have a lot of sun, by the way. So you have a lot of nature. So there's no excuse. Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's like a lot of quotes here.
Yeah.
You like quotes?
Yeah, I actually did a book before called 365 Quotes. But I think if I go back to my library at home, I may find it. So what I was doing every day, I was taking time to meditate, and I would just say, give myself time to think maybe about it. I would come up with. It was like me being a philosopher. There was a time when I took the journey of a philosopher where I would sit down with myself and think. Okay, so my quotes, right, were like philosophies. They were quotes, but it was a philosophy that I would make whilst I'm sitting here. I would just think of something like, but what about health? Then I would something with a reality, the truth. I would put together facts and some things that I've seen in research, and that's how I create the quote. So it's a quote because it will be just a few lines, but it was just me. That's the philosopher part of me. So even there, I thought, okay, let me also put a little bit of. It's a way of sharing the wisdom that you have learned and the natural one that, yeah.
So what's your favorite quote?
From myself. Which one now? Just 2 ways. Be yourself, but I have more. Only that you ask me a question and then I'm trying to generate everything, but that's one of my. That's my be you, man.
Be yourself.
There was a quote that I came up with from the word beautiful. You see, beautiful. Be you. You see, it's beautiful. So I pick that in that word. There is, if you become yourself, that's where the beauty is. Be you. Be you to the fullest. Then that's where the beauty comes in. So if you wanna create anything that is a product that would be beautiful, right? That everybody will love. It comes from within you. If you sit down and be so creative, getting ideas from yourself is beautiful. If you want anything, usually some things that are admirable by people are the things that are coming from inside you, not what you are copying. So I was trying also to let people know that you don't really need to copy. If you see another footballer, Cristiano Ronaldo doing the thing, no. The beauty out of you come out of you. Be you to the fullest. Then the beauty will come out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
yeah,
I like the book.
Thank you.
I read through it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.